Yo, good morning. Yo, I'm making this video because I remember. One second. I remember many years back working for Pepsi. Pepsi was kind of a tough job, but it's a likable job. They do treat their employees well. Sorry. So like the Pepsi I was working at in the summertime, they throw barbecues and everything, all you can eat. Um, they got beverages and whatever we need, waters by whatever how much you need. You could buy products from them and actually get the products at a cheaper price, so you get them at a discount because you work for them. Verizon bills, I think it was like 30% cut off your bill. Over here on the East Coast in Pennsylvania, they got a place called Dorney Park. Dorney Park tickets was like 50% off, 75% off, something like that. So Pepsi, you get some perks with Pepsi. Um, they will work with you with certain things, but the reason why I end up leaving Pepsi, and I worked for Pepsi probably 8 years ago. I was there for maybe 9 months or something like that. But the reason why I end up leaving, I left Pepsi. I end up chipping my rib, like the point of my rib, a piece of it broke off and it chipped, and it had me like I could barely stand up or anything in that nature like that. So since I was newer, they wasn't like the older guys that's in the union and all that. I wasn't even unionized yet. But the older guys, they could take the time off or whatever. But me, they just had me come in and sweep up the warehouse, little things like that. Little simple stuff where you just be bored and really be wanting to do something. But I was hurting, I was in pain. Going through physical therapy. The therapist was killing my ribs. So what they did was they started easing me because companies like Pepsi a lot of times always be short of drivers, like with any part of trucking industry, right? So first they had me, they said, hey Adrian, we need you to take this case of water, hop in one of the vans, take this case of water down Middletown. So from Wilmington, Delaware to Middletown, Delaware is probably 30 minutes. So they like, yeah, take this case of water down to the it was a damn CVS or something, right? Because the driver forgot it. I'm like, "All right, I can do that. I throw it in there, I take it down there." So they had me doing little stuff like that. Then what they did, they try to wheel me in with doing more stuff. Well, not even try, they did. I love this job. It was the best money I was making at the time ever. Outside of Cisco, but Cisco is hell. We can get into that too. So I one day they like, Adrian, we need you to do this run with another driver. We need you to do this run with another driver, but we just need you to drive. So the person that they got me with stacks shelves. I forgot what they call, but just basically he's a shelf stacker. He's not a driver that's doing this type of thing every day, delivering it. All he do is stack the shelves. So he really slow because this is not what he's used to doing. So me, I'm like, man, I'm gonna help you much as I can. You feel what I'm saying? But I love being at Pepsi though. But I was like, yo, I'm gonna help you much as I can. And when that happened like that, I'm like, yeah, I ain't fooling with them. Y'all just trying to keep throwing me out there, and I'm not ready. So I end up leaving Pepsi. Now, let me tell you all about Cisco's. I done had 101 jobs in the trucking industry. Let me tell you all about Cisco, the food company. So Cisco, I worked there for like 6 months. I got in there through a temp agency. I was making like $18 an hour. My checks every week was like 1,200. This is like gotta be literally maybe 10 years ago when I was at Cisco. So checks used to be like 1,200. I was only making $18 an hour. Every Friday I will always work a 16-hour shift, but the days are always 12 to 14-hour days, right? Rough as hell. Some people like hump work, some people are good at it. That's one thing that I know I'm not good at. I can drive, I can use my brain, I can navigate high level thinking of common sense, but when it comes to like hump work, like I worked When I got out of trucking school, my homie had a he still got it. He got a moving company. I worked for him. I could do that. But Cisco was on a whole nother level, man. Anybody Cisco, you gonna make $100,000 a year. And like I said, I was making 18 10 years ago because I was getting temp pay. But once you got hired on, I think you was making like I want to say like 25 or something like that. I think they make around like 27 now, maybe possibly 30. But that job is so hard on your body. And I was working out of Philadelphia, the Cisco over there. That Cisco got like 120 drivers or something. It rotate probably 80 or 90 of them every year. That's how hard that job is. I'm gonna put up the picture of my last day at Cisco when all my pallets fell. Let me give you examples of the job. I'm not talking nobody to get out of it, cause some people it's easy to them, but I seen a lot of dudes get hurt that been there for a long time and they come back. One guy messed his back up, and that work he big, he strong. That work was easy for him, but he messed his back up where he had to take 2 years off, and he came back. So something that happens in Cisco that's normal. You got the drivers, you got the loaders. What the loaders will do is each stop is numbered. So say you got 12 stops, so 1 through 12. You got you got the freezer. You got the refrigerator. The freezer is small and tight. Summertime, you can't leave. You gotta lift the stuff out of the freezer and put it on the ground. But in the summertime, you can't leave it out there too long or leave your door up too long, things like that, because the stuff will start melting, right? It'll start melting up. So you can have your chicken boxes be sticking together. That stuff gotta be a certain temperature, or the people go on and say they don't want it. But with Cisco, the stops all numbers. So say, like I said, you got 12 stops. You might be at stop 4. You gotta go in the freezer. But they got stop 4 all the way in the back, all the way in the corner, under stop. Goddamn 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and you have to find the stop. So you scrambling, gambling to find this stop. That's the hardest thing about Cisco. If they take that away, the job could be a lot easier. I remember I used to have this stop. I had a route every Wednesday. It's this one stop. No heavy products, all paper products, like 20 boxes of paper products. All the paper product boxes is light as hell. The only thing, most of them are real huge and big. So with say regular boxes, you can get 10 boxes on your hand truck. But with these paper products that this one customer I used to serve, the boxes be so big you can only get one, sometimes two. So I had to walk up literally like 50 flights of stairs, but they real tiny little steps. So say 25, but they steep as hell because the building real old. That stop, if it just was a regular stop, I could do that stop. Say if I just walk in, I could do that stop in 10 minutes. With those stairs, that stop gonna take like 45 minutes. And you just hiking up the stairs, hiking up the stairs, hiking up the stairs with these big boxes. And you can only do 1 or 2 or 3 boxes at a time instead of 10 like if they was regular boxes. And like I said, it was all paper products, so it was super light. But that stop used to kill me, and it was the last stop of the day. But Cisco is good company too, far as benefits. Like it was a guy there that I was working with. He ended up leaving. So when he left, you get a severance pay because Cisco take a certain amount of money out of your check and they match it and they give you a severance pay. So he was there for 5 years. When he left, he had I think he had 12,000. Yeah, when he left with like 12,000 from being there for 5 years. So he got his little perks, but then he got his BS too. Another thing with Cisco with the customers, no matter where you go, the worst 99% of them, the worst customers are going to be people that own diners. Shout out to the diner owners, man. Y'all the roughest. People that own diners gonna be the roughest customers, and the arrogant, cocky customers is gonna be the ones when you go to high-end restaurants. You go into high-end places. Those customers, they deal with you another way because they be on some bougie ish or whatever. But yeah, diner. owners is the worst when it comes to food delivering for companies like Cisco. I had a guy chase me down because the dispatch keep telling him, yeah, he over here, but I'm knocking my stops out. So every time he go to the stop, I'm going. He missing me. He missing me. He missing me. So he pull up. He like, where you supposed to be? Where you supposed to be? I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't know who he is. I'm thinking he worked for Cisco. I'm like, I'm supposed to be here. Mind you, back then, my mentality, I need this job. I got a family. I got to pay these bills. You snapping on me, I ain't even tripping on that. I need my check, right? So he like, where are you supposed to be? Where are you? So I'm like, I'm supposed to be here. He like, no, you're not. I'm running over here, running over here. I'm like, who are you? He like, I'm the owner of blah, blah, blah. I'm the owner of this diner or whatever. You were supposed to bring this to me. I'm like, man, nobody told me nothing. Like, nobody told me nothing. You snapping on me and I don't even know nothing. But this what I turn around and do. So I'm at the one customer. I knocked them out. I'm like, while I'm knocking them out, if I find your stuff, I'll get it out for you. So I got everything out for him while I was doing that delivery. He signed off on it. Come to find out, he forgot this big jar of pickles that was like $150. So I just end up taxing him because for him snapping on me, talking so rude, I just end up taxing him. So he end up losing out on 150 because you signed off on the bill saying you received everything, or maybe Cisco might have reimbursed him. But after snapping on me like that and you forgot your food, I taxed him for that big jar, that big jug of pickles. Like I said, it was like $150. But yeah, man, I've been through a lot in trucking, man, through a lot of industries. Cryo, this is the best one I like. I done did food. I done did beverages with Pepsi, food with Cisco. I done did produce over the road, candy. I done did tip agencies. I did a lot, man, in this trucking industry, and trucking can be rough, man. Trucking can be rough, but what I'm doing now, Cryo, I love it. I love it. It's just slow. I enjoy it. The money there. When the money coming, it's coming. When it ain't coming, it ain't coming. You feel what I'm saying? So you just gotta be prepared, man. Try to stack much as you can. That's just life, period. And I will say this to people too, all the employees out there. Black, white, whatever you are, right? You work a job. Or definitely if the people in trucking. You gotta look towards and look forward to owning your own business. If you ain't out here owning your own business or owning some type of hustle or side hustle, you gonna fall behind. Most people that's gonna see this live right now, I can guarantee you just work a job. More than likely, you might be living check to check. And this ain't to shame nobody, it's just to bring reality, right? You might be living check to check, or you might be behind on your bills. It's because you have to have hustles. We're not living in a time today where you could just work. If you just working, you got to be working on your business, and your business got to be bringing income in. Your business got to be bringing in profit. We can't just sit around and just work today. You got to have hustles. You got to be doing media, content, working on a business, stock market, real estate, something. You gotta have hustles or you're gonna fall behind. And when you fall behind, you're gonna say it's Trump's fault. But Trump family living good. You gotta get your family right to living good. Life is good, man, and life is what you make it. What's your mentality when you step out here on these streets? What's your mentality? You gotta have a positive mentality. A lot of us got a negative mentality. What is a negative mentality? Man, nothing good ever happens to me. That's negative. Of course, nothing good ever happens to you because you see the world in a dark, dim, negative light. You got to see everything in positivity, and you're gonna live in positivity. You are a man is as he thinketh. Whatever you thinketh is what you will be. And a lot of us, man, and I will say, especially black men, with me being a black man and me have been there at one point in time. A lot of us black men, man, we be feeling inferior to other races. And I'm not making this a race thing because I ain't playing no victim. I don't run in the victim Olympics, right? But we feel inferior to other races instead of knowing that You could do just as much or you just as good. You have to know who you are and what you want to accomplish and what you want to do, and you got to go after it. You can't be scared. I've been driving trucks for 12 years come November. I was in trucking school saying, man, I want to own my own truck, own my own truck. It took me 10 years. It shouldn't take 10 years. It shouldn't take 10 years. It should have took me 18 months at most. You understand what I'm saying? But when you don't believe in yourself, when you don't trust yourself, you ain't going to accomplish what you need to accomplish. You ain't going to do the things that you need to do. You're not going to be on top of everything that you need to be on top of because you got a bunch of fear. I talk to my 9-year-old daughter, man, and I tell her and my 7-year-old son, do it anyway. You never let fear stop you from doing the things that you need to do for self. You never let fear stop you or conquer you. You get out here every day and you go hard. But most of us men, man, we lose because we got the mindset of, man, I don't want to work for the white man. Man, I don't want to do this job. Well, go live under a bridge and tuck your tail in and clip your nuts. Because if you ain't a man willing to let them hang, you're going to lose anyway. And it's really a bad situation if you got a woman or kids that may depend on you. Even if you're in a 50-50 situation, they still dependent on you. You got to show up. You got to show up. Sometimes we got to take a little break to bounce back and get our mental right or get strong or get our strength up. But either way, whatever it is, you still got to bounce back. You got to bounce back. You got to hold it together. You got to do your thing. You ain't got time not to. You got to. But all this stuff go into trusting yourself, man. You got to trust yourself as a man or a woman, especially us men, because men are leaders, men are providers, men are protectors. These are the things that we got to do. It's put on us. God put it on us. And it may feel like a burden, and it may be to a certain extent. But when you take a man like me or men like other men that their lady was taking care of everything, or there was a 50-50 guy, or whatever it may be, and then they become a 75% guy or a 100% guy. If he did it, you can do it. What's stopping you from doing the same exact thing? But you got to have a desire to be able to be self-sufficient. You can't just wake up like you're going to do it. You got to have a desire to do it. It got to be burning inside you. And a lot of us men, man, we got to set, especially in this trucking, you got to understand what direction you going in. You got to set goals. But more importantly than goals, you got to have systems. Winners and losers got the same goals. The difference is the systems. When Kobe wake up and go work out, he working out 3 times a day. Everybody else working out 1 time a day. Why he winning the championship and they not? It's a difference. Like I said, winners and losers both have the same goals in life or whatever they doing, business, family, whatever it may be. It's not the goal that you have to focus on. You have to focus on creating a system. The system is going to get you where you need to be, not your goals. Everybody has goals. He hiking, he has goals. But me and him, we right now we look like we in 2 different spaces. Why? Because I have a better system than him. He may have the same goals as me, but my system is more structured. You have to have a system out here as a man. If you don't have a system, you just be going in the wind like a leaf. You got to know where you're going, and time's going to get hard. Time's going to get hard, man. But you fight through them. Then when the good times come, it's a blessing. But many of us, man, we stay so stuck in bad times. We stay so stuck in, man, I just never get a break. I never this, I never that, I never this. Bro, you complain more than you put in work. I'm never complaining more than I'm working. I'm grinding them hustle, tired or not. I get my butt up and I go get it. And this is why I win. This is why my family ain't stressed out about financial things. About, man, I got to get a tooth fixed, but we ain't got the insurance. We ain't got the money. But I've been there. I know what it feel like. A lot of us, man, we got to get out of the victim Olympics and stop feeling bad for yourself and really be a man and let your nuts hang so you could be respected. One of the number one things for a man outside God is respect. And a lot of us, man, we lack respect because we don't stand up as men. We think because we can have sex good or we can get a bunch of chicks to have kids by, we men. That don't make you a man, man. That don't make you a man. I tell my kids, man, all of us is effed up. All of us is broken. My 8-year-old son, my 7-year-old son, my 9-year-old daughter, my 13-year-old son. I say, yo, we all fucked up. We all got work to do on self. You got to do work on yourself. If you don't do work on yourself, I don't care what your goals is. You're going to fail. You're never going to accomplish them. Or you're going to accomplish some or maybe all if your goals ain't high. If you ain't got big goals and strong systems and working on yourself, you ain't going to accomplish none of them things. You're going to be stuck in the rat race. I want to do a poll, man. How many people on here been in the same place they've been in for the last 5 years? I really want to do a poll. I know my audience ain't that big, but I would love to do a poll and see if men be honest. How many of us stuck in the same place we've been in for the last 5 years? How many of us stuck in the same place we've been in for the last 10 years? How many of us stuck in the same place we've been in our whole entire lives and we never accomplished nothing outside of where we are and what we doing? How many men been at jobs for 10, 15 years and you never moved up in your status? You just still doing the same thing, same thing, same thing. You think your woman, you think your children respect that? Of course not. They may honor you in the sense of you getting up working every day, but we gotta go up. We gotta level up. We gotta progress as men. The world is getting tougher and tougher to be able to be out here surviving as far as earning the income and getting to it. It's getting tougher. Don't be looking at your granddaddy. He had it much easier. You ain't gonna have it as easy as him. And so be it. Do the work. Now, what are some things that men can do to improve their life, for their life to get better, for them to take their life to another level, for them to live a life that they can only dream of, but they could bring it to reality? You have to stop blaming other people for your issues and problems, whether it's your mom, your dad, family, friends, your last job, the government, the white man, whoever you want to blame. You got to stop blaming these people. It's time for you to start blaming yourself. It's time for you to say to yourself, I know this is this, I know this is that, but guess what? I'm ready to fix it. I'm ready to fix it. And some of y'all are in that space of, all right, I'm ready to fix it, but you don't know how. What do I do? One major thing that you got to do, you have to separate yourself from the norm that you're used to. You got to separate yourself from the norm that you're used to. Pigs stay dirty because they stay in the mud. You got to separate yourself from the lifestyle or whatever it is that you do, your habits that you're used to. What's the biggest things that you have to separate yourself from to win in life? People, places, and things. People, places, and things. PPT. This is what you have to do to take your life to another level or the next level that you want to be at. You cannot be looking at people saying, oh, it's my mother, so I'm gonna constantly deal with her like this, or I'm gonna do this, or that's my mom, or this my brother. No, you gotta separate yourself. And if you don't want to separate yourself, just stay where you are. If you're happy with being where you are, but you know you got more potential and that's not really where you want to be, keep doing the same thing. Keep going to the same places. Keep doing the same things. Keep being around the same people, and you're gonna keep getting the same results. The results of a winner change, of a person that's losing to a winner changes when they change. Too many of us want more out of life and we not changing nothing we do. If I told somebody today, man, you could be a millionaire in 5 years if you stop smoking weed, people wouldn't do it. 99% of people would not stop smoking to become a millionaire. That's just facts. If I told somebody, hey, man, you can only drink one weekend out of a month instead of every weekend, and you'll be a millionaire in 5 years, people would not do it. Us as people or Americans or just humans, period, we don't want to pit down what's bad for us to win. We don't want to pit down what's bad for us to go to the next level, to go to a higher state. But to ease their own, man. This ain't no lecture. This ain't no, hey, you need to do this. It's just, man, enlightenment. That's it. I ain't here to police nobody. I ain't here to baby nobody. I'm here to just get better, grow my channel, help others along the way if I can, and keep going up, man. Keep loving my family, being the man that I am, and becoming even a better man, man. But I ain't here to lecture nobody on life. I'm not, my channel not here to support people that want to run in the victim Olympics. If that's what anybody about, you gotta go to another channel. We about winning. We not about losing. That's not what we gonna be out here doing. We not gonna be out here losing. We gonna be out here winning. And I always like to tell people, man, it's always money in trucking. A lot of truckers complain there ain't no money in trucking. I was the same person too doing that. But when I started putting one foot in front of the other, laying one brick a day, life started changing. I start tripling my income. What I was making 3-4 years ago, I'm making 4 times that. How's that possible if you don't change your mindset? If you don't change your work ethic, all these things you gotta change and you gotta improve. And you gotta critique. Sometimes you gotta move one thing in another spot and put that over there. It's like rearranging your room. Why as men or people, why do we arrange our living room, we rearrange our room, we clean out our car, but we never clean out our mind. We never rearrange our thoughts. It's a process. Rearrange your thoughts, rearrange your thinking. It's okay. It might be a little frustrating, it might be a little tough, but you're gonna win in the end. You'll win in the end, man. Stop looking at life as a burden and your family and your children and your job and start looking at it as a blessing. And what'll happen is you'll see that blessing and you'll have that blessing and you'll be like, man, I need a bigger blessing. I need a bigger blessing. The bigger blessing is the next job. But for the person that's always like, man, I hate my job. I hate this. I hate that. If you hate the job you at in a some form of way, you hate yourself because you signed yourself up to go into something that you hate. To go into something that you hate, you gotta have hate for self to put self into that state. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Man, y'all can leave comments. Y'all can leave likes. It's all right. Like the video, man. Tap in, like the video. Tap in, like the video. Ain't nothing wrong with liking the video, man. Send some love. But much respect to everybody. God willing, we all get the blessings and things we want out of this lifetime while we in it, man. We never know when it's going to end. Be patient. Thank God. Be consistent. No whining and complaining. Don't be in the victim Olympics. Keep trying. Push. Everything ain't gonna work your way. When you come up against adversity, understand it's probably working for your favor. If you stick into it instead of quitting and giving up and blaming somebody else, blame yourself when you lose and blame yourself when you win. It's not another man's job to make sure you're okay in life. It's not another man's job to play by the rules. You got to figure out how to play the game. You got to keep a cheat code up your sleeve. But much respect to y'all, man. We out here. I just was off about a week, getting back to it now, man. Back out here on this road right now, heading up to Indiana, but almost to Lancaster, PA, or almost to Lancaster, PA, rather. Gotta get fuel soon, and just man pushing, getting to it, doing what I need to do, making the sacrifices to win in life. And we gonna keep going up, man. And I pray you keep doing the same. But it's the grind and the hustle. It's a grind and a hustle, man. Life is good, man. Can't be afraid to win. Gotta take chances. When you scared and afraid, that's when you act. When you afraid, that's when you act on it. No fear. Only big nuts that you let hang. Drop your nuts to the floor. Get them out your stomach as a man. It's the only right thing to do, man. And as I said earlier, especially when you got family depending on you. You got family depending on you, man. Children, wife, whatever it may be. You gotta get up and go make it happen. I know you might not want to work 15 hours a day, 16, 18 hours a day. But you might got to 7 days a week. It's not gonna kill you. Elon Musk work like that. All them billionaires, they work. Y'all think they sitting around chilling? You don't make that type of money from sitting around chilling. I don't care how great your idea is. You gotta work. You gotta build it. You have to make people believe in you. Because people don't believe in you. They don't know you. They don't trust you. You gotta put in that work to make people believe in your product or your brand or whatever it is you bring it to the table. That's what I'm currently doing, talking to y'all on this live. Y'all don't know me. So I'm putting myself out there for y'all to know me. And y'all pick and choose if y'all want to rock out and rock with me. You feel me? I'm big on taking chances, taking risks, man. And a lot of times you might lose. But all you gotta do is crack that one. And that one will make up for the 10 times you lost and more. If you stick to it and stay down on what you say you want to do and what you say you believe in. You believe in. A lot of us men, man, we gotta be real with ourselves. I think a lot of us don't be real with ourselves, and that's why we be running up, being in bad situations, being in a lot of hardship. You gotta live in reality, even when it hurts your brain, even when it hurts your heart, man. Live in reality and know exactly who you are and be exactly who you are and just become a better person of being that person. Just become a better person of being that person, man. And everything will work out how it should. Everything will work out for you exactly the way it need to work out for you, man. But you can't be out here with fears. Gotta do what you do and live.